Webb County. Our other sponsors include Rotex Truck Center, Andy's Mobility, Andy's Auto Air, Sunbelt Air Conditioning, Rotex Truck Center, Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, 2 locations to serve you, Bartlett and Springfield. La Posada Hotel, Laredo's only 4-diamond hotel. The law firm of Whitworth Cigarroa. Line Decker Construction, great builders of facilities like this one. Playmore Family Entertainment, the good folks over at Playmore, the Vela family. Otilas Restaurant, brand new fine dining off of Del Mar. The reviews have been raving about this place. 24/7 News Channel, your online news channel with over 40,000 followers. If you're not advertising or not watching 24/7, you're missing the news. And the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you to all our sponsors. Blue Top Reprographics and the broadcast crew from Liquid Studio Group. So as we get ready to start this game, we've got a live Doppler radar feed that we're going to prop up real quick. Go to live Doppler. Not a cloud in the sky. And we'll bring that live Doppler shot to you shortly. I'll be your broadcast announcer, and I'll be doing double duty here as your PA announcer as well. So if you hear me say a few things twice, it's because I'm announcing here at the stadium as well. And now let's go to that live Doppler feed so we can see what the skies look like. Southern American live Doppler doesn't show too much in the air. No ground clutter, no clouds, no rain. We look great for today. All right, let's get started now. Now batting for Hermosillo, Mexico, number 25, David Liera. Now batting number 25, David Liera. Liera playing in the shortstop position for Hermosillo. Will lead off and try to get his team started. Pitching for Aroma Park today is Tyler Snorek, number 26. Jay Shires will be his designated hitter. All right, and let's get underway here. The umpire signal play ball, and here we go. Snorek on the mound facing Liera, the right-handed batter, shortstop for Hermosillo, Mexico. And the first pitch, ball 1. We are at the top of the first inning, game just getting underway if you're joining us. And a shot right down the center. It's going to drop in front of the center fielder for a single for Liera to open up the game for Hermosillo, Mexico. Now coming to the plate, Joel Romo. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. Romo, your third baseman for Hermosillo, has a runner at first, nobody out. And a shot over to left field. Left fielder's just getting under it, and he's got out number 1 recorded. The left fielder, Emmett Hayes, for Aroma Park, making that catch. Runner at first, 1 out, and coming to the plate, Javier Yepes. Now batting number 22, Javier Yepes. Yepes, the first baseman, batting left-handed, facing the right-hander Tyler Snorek, and Snorek tries to get the runner at first base. Yepes at the plate with one man on and one out here in the top of the first inning, and he takes ball one. Snorek saw some action yesterday, pitching to the left-hander Yepes, first baseman for Hermosillo, and he takes strike one. So 1-1 the count here in the top of the first. Live from Veterans Field, Romero Independent School District's crown jewel. Runner at first, taking a nice long lead there. Ball's in the dirt, ball two. Beautiful artificial turf, synthetic turf here. This field used to be the home of the Tecolotes of Los Dos Laredos before they moved on to Unitrade. Yepes, a left-handed batter, facing Tyler Snorek here in the top of the first with a one man on, and the runner goes, and a single turns into a double. The left fielder Emmett Hayes mishandling the ball, and Vieta rushing all the way to third. Little error there from the left fielder Emmett Hayes, giving Yepes a stand-up double, moving the runner to third. So now we've got runners at third and second, scoring position, with number 11, Paul Rendon, coming to the plate. Now batting number 11, Paul Rendon. Rendon is a left fielder for Hermosillo. Spencer Boudreau going to the mound to talk to his pitcher Snorek. We are at the top of the first. We have one out, two runners on, third and second. Rendon at the plate, Snorek on the mound, and that's a foul ball. And that's going to come into the net and into the bleachers. Souvenir or a free raspa. That's what you used to get way back when. They don't give you that anymore. Snorek on the windup to Rendon. Foul tip for strike two. Two runners on in scoring position. Leda at third. Yepes at second after a stand-up double on a hit and run. Snorek pitching to Rendon, the left fielder, here at the top of the first with one out and two runners on. And batter wants to think about this, steps out of the box. Nice overcast day, about 85 degrees. Swing, foul ball. 0-2 the count. It was like this yesterday, and with the overcast sky, there was still some sun beaming through there, and some folks got a little sunburn yesterday. A little warmer yesterday than today. Might be a little warmer later on. Snorek on the mound. Rendon at the plate. Two runners on. Top of the first. One out. And that's another foul ball. Rendon hanging in there, making Tyler Snorek, the pitcher for Aroma Park, earn it here at the top of the first in Laredo, Texas. Pony Palomino World Series action. Aroma Park versus Hermosillo, Mexico. Mexico visiting. 0-2 the count. One out, two runners on. And Rendon takes it in the elbow. So Snorek hits the batter, loads the bases, and now coming to the plate, number 8, David Zazueta. Now batting number 8, David Zazueta. Zazueta, left-handed batter, the designated hitter for Hermosillo, Mexico, facing the right-hander Snorek here in the top of the first. And that ball gets out, and it looks like Boudreau's going to... Boudreau, slow to react, unable to get the loose ball back to the pitcher, Snorik, covering home plate, and a run scores. So Leda, some nifty base running on the pass ball to Boudreau. And Hermosillo now leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the first with 1 out and 2 runners on. Third and second. And Zazueta, the left-hander facing Snorik, takes ball 2. 2-0 the count. 1 out here in the first game of the morning for the Pony Palomino World Series as the sun starts to break through the clouds. And that one gets past Boudreau. And the run scores. The run scores, so now it's 2-0 Mexico. Boudreau, unable to handle that one, did not get in front of it as it came into the dirt. Ricocheted off the backstop, but still is unable to get that ball back to Snorik for the play at home. So we have a runner at third, 1 out, 2 runs have scored. Zazueta, the left-hander, at the plate, takes ball 3. Oh, ball 4, sorry, ball 4. Hector over there at Game Changer telling me I need more caffeine. I think I need a little more caffeine and some glasses. I might borrow Hector's tortoiseshell glasses that he borrowed from Norma yesterday. Forgot his readers. And so now we've got René Lucero, number 63. And the ball gets past the first baseman as Snorik tries to pick him off. And another run will score. Inning full of errors here. 4 runs have scored. With 1 out, 1 on. And Lucero, the right-hander, at the plate. Snorik trying to get Lucero out. Now batting number 63, René Lucero. Lucero yet to take a pitch from Snorik. Takes ball 1. Lucero is the right fielder for Hermosillo. Right-handed batter facing the right-hander Snorik here at the top of the first with one runner on. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter Lucero with 1 out. First game of the morning here. Brought to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. And Southern American, live Doppler radar, which we'll be going to as we do have anticipation of rain today. And that's ball 4, and Lucero's going to walk, and you're going to have 2 runners now with 1 out in Alejandro Amparano coming to the plate. Now batting Alejandro Amparano, number 61. Amparano, your second baseman for Hermosillo, has 2 runners on here at the top of the first. 1 out. Mexico leading 3-0. With Snorik on the mound, Amparano at the plate, and 1 out. First game of the day here. Aroma Park trailing strike 1 from Snorik to Amparano. First game of the day, with another game coming on at 11:30. Snorik, the right-hander, trying to stem the tide here. It's a foul ball from Amparano to lead the count 0-2 with 1 out and runners at first and second. Top of the first inning, Mexico versus Aroma Park, Illinois. Snorik on the mound, Amparano at the plate, and that one gets past Spencer Boudreau, the catcher for Aroma Park. Snorik put that one in the dirt and bouncing over Snorik. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Amparano with runners in scoring position, third and second. 1 out. Mexico leads 3-0. Coming to you live from Veterans Field at LISD's Crown Jewel, home of the Martin Tigers. Swing and a miss. Out number 2, recorded here this morning on the top of the first, with runners on second, third. Luis Mongue to the plate. Now batting number 10, Luis Mongue. Mongue, your catcher for Hermosillo, facing the right-hander Snorik with a comfortable three-run lead, and he takes one in the hip. Snorik hits the batter, and that will load the bases with Germán Arvallo, number 5, coming to the plate. Now batting number 5, Germán Arvallo. Arvallo, your center fielder, has bases loaded, 2 outs, leading by 3. Arvallo facing the right-hander Snorik, who is trying to close the door here and keep more runs from coming in. And the ball slips out of Boudreau's glove. He's having some trouble this morning, trying to keep that ball in front of him or in his glove. It's been a couple pass balls that allowed those runs to score. Arvallo takes a strike 2 from Snorik. 0-2 the count. Bases loaded. Top of the first here at Veterans Field. And Arvallo goes down swinging. And that will end the top of the frame. Mexico scores 3 runs. And Aroma Park coming to the plate. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief commercial break to pay some of our bills and thank our sponsors for this broadcast.
Special moment, shared with friends, family, and loved. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
And we're back from our commercial break here. Thank you to our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, and its sister company, Southern American Live Doppler Radar. Got a quick peek at that earlier, and clouds in the sky, but no rain anywhere in sight. Sun peering through. Here at the bottom of the first, coming to the plate, number 10, Thomas Offill. Now batting number 10, Thomas Offill. Offill is your second baseman for Aroma. facing your pitcher Sebastián Galvez for Hermosillo, Mexico. Here at the bottom of the first, Aroma Park trailing 3-0. Foul tip. 0-2 the count to Awful. Your catcher for Hermosillo is Luis Mongue. Pitcher Sebastián Galvez. And the batter is Thomas Awful. Bottom of the first inning, Mexico leading 3-0. And Galvez tosses his first ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes this morning, no outs, nobody on. Bottom of the first inning here at Veterans Field, Tony Palomino World Series. Oh, and that one came danger close to Awful. Awful turning his body to avoid getting hit by that pitch. Has a 2-2 count with nobody on and no outs. The left-hander facing the right-hander, Galvez, here in the bottom of the first. And that's strike 3. Galvez strikes out Awful looking. Coming to the plate, Mason McHugh, number 44. Now batting number 44, Mason McHugh. McHugh, the shortstop, batting left-handed for Aroma Park, facing Galvez, the right-hander, with 1 out and nobody on. Trailing 3-0, takes strike 1 as he took a half-hearted swing at that one. Umpire stopping the game for just a second here. And we resume. McHugh, the shortstop, batting left versus a right-hander, Galvez, takes ball 1. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Nobody on, bottom of the first. Nice cloudy day, sun peering through. A little warm, 85. Getting a little hotter today. Ball 2 to McHugh. This is the first game this morning, second day of the Pony Palomino World Series, opening ceremonies last night. Great game last night with Laredo, playing Trnava, Slovakia, first time in Laredo. McHugh, the left-hander here, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, takes ball 3. Galvez a little bit behind on the count here, with his team leading 3-0 in the bottom of the first frame. Mason McHugh, shortstop for Aroma Park, takes strike 2. Inside. Good pitch. McHugh unable to get that one. Full count, 1 out, nobody on. Mason McHugh at the plate, Galvez on the mound. And that's going to left field, and the left fielder, falling down, makes the grab. Added a little drama to that one as he stumbled, making his way towards the ball, and he falls and still manages to make the grab. McHugh nicely hit to left field. Records out number 2. And so now Galvez will face number 21, TJ Prude. Now batting number 21, TJ Prude. Prude, the left-hander from Kankakee High School in Illinois, shot to right over the shortstop for a single, and that puts a runner on for Aroma Park. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first frame, and number 99, Jay Shires, the designated hitter, left-hander, coming to the plate. Now batting number 99, Jay Shires. Shires facing Galvez with 1 runner on, 2 outs. No run scored yet for Aroma Park, and he takes ball 1. Little bit of a breeze out there. See the flags waving in the wind. Broadcast being brought to you by Liquid Studio Group and its crew. Swing and a miss for Shires. 1-1 the count. Box score sponsor, Kraus Development. Developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway. Strike 2 to Shires. Good cut, but didn't get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning. Gateway's Industrial Park just outside of Laredo. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the inning for Aroma Park with no runs scored. 1 man left stranded at first. And Mexico leads 3-0 as we go to the top of the second inning. And we'll take a quick commercial break to recognize our great sponsors. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. And we're back here at the top of the second. Hermosillo at the plate. Number 25, grounder to second, records out number 1. Number 25, David Lieda, the shortstop for Hermosillo. With Mexico leading 3-0, 1 out, Joel Romo steps to the plate. Now batting number 4, Joel Romo. Romo facing Snorik, and that's a foul ball. Apologize for the late entry. We'll try to stay on target, make sure we don't miss any of the action. Snorik inside, tight. 1-1 the count, 1 out, nobody on, top of the second, and Snorik almost hits him in the head. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 3-0 Hermosillo, Mexico. Top of the second, live from Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas, and that's a high fly ball, shallow center. Here comes the center fielder making the catch. TJ Harris, your center fielder. Jaden Harris making that catch, recording out number 2. Javier Yepes stepping in the box for Hermosillo. Now batting number 22, Javier Yepes. Yepes, the left-hander. Left-handed batter is facing Snorik, the right-hander. 1 ball, no strikes the count. 2 out, nobody on, no runs scored this inning. Snorik seemingly getting control after a rocky start in the first. Catcher Spencer Boudreau having some trouble with his pitches. And that's a shot deep into right field. And that's going to land right on the warning track in front of the fence. And he's safe at third. The runner stumbling, maybe tripped on his own shin guard as he was coming around second base, stumbled and crawled his way to third base. The outfielder holding that ball way too long, allowing that runner to make it all the way to third. Great shot by Yepes, all the way to the warning track, bounced on the warning track, hit the wall. Right fielder almost had it. Prude, the right fielder, racing to get there, just shy of it. Struggled to get that ball in, got it to the cutoff, and then the cutoff held it while the runner stumbled about midway through the run to third base, there about shortstop, and he's still down. Yepes appeared to be injured, tripping maybe on his shin guard or having his feet caught in the turf as he was coming around second. And he looks to be fine. Big round of applause for Yepes from the crowd, showing the appreciation for his hustle. Aroma Park trailing 3-0 with now a runner in scoring position. Trainer and coach walking back towards the dugout. Yepes recovering from that stumble. And number 11, Poul Rendon at the plate. Now batting number 11, Poul Rendon. Rendon jugando en izquierda para México. Facing Tyler Snorik, a little bilingual there. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Rendon. Laredo situated right on the border with Mexico, our neighbor to the south. And Rendon fouls one into the net, into the bleachers. Tony Palomino World Series souvenir coming through the net. 1-1 the count, 2 out, runner at third. No one has scored in this inning, but that's a shot. Oh, and that almost stayed fair. That ball went flying into left field and just kind of started to drift to the left and fell foul. Nice swing by Poul Rendon, the left fielder for Hermosillo. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, runner at third. Top of the second inning, Aroma Park versus Hermosillo, Mexico. And he puts it in this time right over the third baseman. And the left fielder mishandles it and he falls. Now we've got a runner at second and he's going to hold. Misses the cutoff. And so runner at second after a mishandle by the left fielder. Rendon driving in Yepes to add 1 run to the lead for Hermosillo, Mexico. David Sazueta, now batting David Sazueta. The designated hitter, left-hander, comes to the plate with A runner in scoring position at second. 2 outs. 1 run scored already. Snorik trying to close this down. Fire strike 1, swing and a miss for Zazueta. Left fielder mishandling that drive earlier. And that one's going back to him. And he's on his horse, and that's going to drop fair. And that's going to score, Rendon. And Zazueta is going to waltz into second base, stand-up double. 2-base RBI for Zazueta. With 2 outs, runner at second, René Lucero steps in. Now batting number 6, René Lucero. Number 63, Lucero. Swing and a miss for Lucero. 0-1 the count from Snorik. 2 outs, runner at second. 2 runs have scored here at the top of the second. And that's a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. To Lucero. Snorik trying to close out the inning and prevent any more runs from scoring as Mexico leads 5-0 here in the top of the second frame. First game of the morning, Saturday. Tony Palomino World Series action. Got up early and forewent my cartoons to come out and call this game. But we had some great breakfast from Whataburger. If you're not familiar with Whataburger, they are kind of the in and out of California, kind of the equivalent, although we're much better. Whataburger starting its run as a great franchise in Alice, Texas. Alice, about 110 miles east of Laredo. Laredo situated right at the end of I-35 on the border with Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Hermosillo further in the interior of our sister country here. Laredo is the nation's largest inland port, and actually its largest port at the moment by volume and dollars, outpacing Long Beach, California, and New York, Chicago, New Orleans, Houston. If you don't have a business in Laredo, Texas, you're missing out. It's a great place to start a business. Get a hold of Kraus Development. Find a spot for yourself over at Pinnacle Center or at Gateway. A 3,000-acre development just outside the city of Laredo. All utilities available, underground utilities. Big city amenities without the big city taxes. They are our box sponsor today. And so Lucero at the plate, facing Snorik with a runner at second. And a swing and a miss, foul tip. And that's going to keep him alive for a sec. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second. 2 runs have scored. Mexico leads 5-0 here at the Pony Palomino World Series in Laredo, Texas at Veterans Field, LISD's crown jewel, home of the mighty Martin Tigers. Snorik winds, and that's a foul ball coming back towards the net. And it's going to roll right back down into the field of play. Nope, it's going to hold up nicely. Okay, Lucero at the plate, right-hander facing Snorik. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, top of the second. 2 runs have scored, and Snorik is trying to shut this down and end the inning. And he does, striking out Lucero to record out number 3, but not before Hermosillo scores 2 runs, leaves a runner stranded, and now leads 5-0 going into the bottom half of the second inning. And we'll take a short commercial break so I can rest these pipes and get back to you in about 2 minutes.
Shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
Here we go. Bottom of the second. With Hermosillo leading 5-0. Number 5, Jaden Harris at the plate. Now batting number 5, Jaden Harris. Harris has a 2-0 count from Galvez, the pitcher for Hermosillo, here in the bottom of the second, trailing 5-0. Well, I've just been corrected by Scott Clemens about Whataburger's first location being in Alice, Texas. It was actually in Corpus Christi, he says. Well, we're going to track that down, and if Scott's right, we're going to give you a big shout out, Scott. Thank you so much for the correction. We've got a live feed coming in from YouTube, so we're going to try to engage a little more with you all without being too distracted from the game. Thank you, Scott Clemens. Let us know where you hail from, and we'll give you a shout out as well for your community. Mexico leading 5-0, bottom of the second. And that's strike one to number 7, Jarius Harris. Jaden Harris on first, walked to first. Jarius Harris at the plate facing Galvez. And the runner goes. And he's safe. Great throw by the catcher, Mongue, but not in time as the speedy Harris slid in away from the bag and was able to make it safe. Head first slide. So runner at second, 0-2 the count to Jaden Harris. Sorry, Jarius Harris. Jaden, runner at second. Trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. And a shot to a line drive to third base, low off the ground, and third baseman able to make that grab. Well, Romo with a great defensive play, holds a runner at second as well. 1 out. And coming to the plate, number 23, Spencer Boudreau. Boudreau, the catcher, having a few issues this morning, keeping that ball in front of him in the first inning. Snorik, the pitcher, regaining his composure in the second. Boudreau takes strike one from Galvez. 1 out. 1 runner on in scoring position. That being Harris. And a grounder to second. Second baseman charging for out number 2. And number 5, Jaden Harris, advances to third. So with 2 outs Runner at third. Number 12, Emmett Hayes comes to the plate. Now batting number 12, Emmett Hayes. Hayes, the left fielder, had a bad top of the second here. Stumbled on his way to a fly ball and allowed a run to come in. Here trying to bring in a run, keep the game close for Aroma Park, Illinois, who had a great game yesterday versus Azusa, California, winning that game. And here this morning for the first game. Galvez, the right-hander, facing Emmett Hayes with a runner at third, 2 outs. 0-1 the count. 1-1 the count now. Hermosillo, much like his name, is a beautiful community in Mexico. Runner at third. Foul tip. 1-2 the count with Jaden Harris at third, the speedy Harris, hoping to make it home with Emmett Hayes at the plate. Sebastian Galvez, the pitcher for Hermosillo, has a 1-2 count with 2 outs and no runs scored yet. Aroma Park trying to stay in the game. Strike 3, and Hayes goes down looking. Great pitch by Galvez, inside and tight for out number 3. And that does it for the second frame. Mexico 5, Aroma Park, Illinois 0. And we'll be right back. We'll try to grab a few comments off of our YouTube feed, engage a little bit with you all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for cheering on your teams. And we'll be right back. Doppler radar brought to you by Southern American, the live Doppler radar. We see a little bit of rain over to the east of us. Hopefully it stays out of town. Does make it here so we can continue this great game. And so we're back. And a quick shout out to Scott Clemens. You were right. The first Whataburger, Corpus Christi off of Ayer Street in 1950. Great research by our research analyst, Marisol Suarez. And we've got a 1-0 count to the batter for Hermosillo. Snorek still on the mound for Aroma Park. That comes in close. 2-0 the count, number 61, Alejandro Amparano, the batter for Hermosillo. And that's high in the air. It looks like it's in the field of play. The pitcher's coming to get it, and he does. Out number 1, Amparano fouling straight up. Snorek able to come off the mound and make that grab. 1 out. Top of the third with Mexico leading 5-0 over the team from Illinois. Number 10, Luis Bongue, coming to the plate. Now batting number 10, Luis Bongue. Bongue, the catcher for Hermosillo. Snorek on the mound still. 3 innings now. That's a foul ball. 1-1 the count, 1 out. If you haven't had a Whataburger, you're missing out. I want to thank one of our great sponsors, Otilas, which is great dining here in Laredo. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Was hoping to have a little sidekick today. Hadn't come in yet. Orlando Novato, if you're out there, time to go to work. I know Henry Mejia, our great friend, the Deacon Mejia, is trying to get him to go have some tacos. Maybe they can come here and call a game with me. Number 10, Luis Mongue at the plate, facing Tyler Snorek with 1 out, 2-2 the count to him. Trailing 5-0 is Aroma Park. Mexico in the lead here. Foul ball. It is a nice day here, Saturday morning. This is the first game of the Saturday event. Palomino World Series. Pony Palomino. Foul ball going right over the press box. I saw Hector over at Game Changer duck underneath the counter. Nice and warm. Overcast skies here at the border city. The gateway city, gateway to Mexico. Snorek throws ball 3. Full count with 1 out here at the top of the 3rd. The mighty Rio Grande, the Rio Bravo, as our friends to the south call it, runs right through our communities. And that's ball 4. So Mongue walks to first. And Germán Arvayo is coming to the plate, the center fielder. Now batting number 5, Germán Arvayo. Arvayo, the center fielder, has a runner at first with 1 out here to the top of the 3rd. And that's high into the air, shallow right, and the first baseman, Harris, able to get back there and make the catch. Not Harris, sorry. Correction. The first baseman is Brian Willis. Brian Willis, a late substitution for Hodges, who got hurt in yesterday's game. And that one gets past Boudreau again, allowing the runner, Mongue, to advance to second with 2 outs. 1-0 the count. Boudreau has had a hard time reaching to his right when Snorek throws in that vicinity and not able to grab that, rolling it all the way back to the backstop. Snorek facing Arvayo here, the center fielder, and delivers strike 1. 1-1 the count. With a runner in scoring position, Mongue, Arvayo at the plate, Snorek on the mound. 1-1 the count with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Hermosillo leading Aroma Park 5-0. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Arvayo reaching for that one a bit. We've got teams from all over here in Laredo, Texas for the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series. And that's a foul ball. Last night's game featured a team from Trnava, Slovakia, losing to the host Laredo. We've got a team from Chinese Taipei. Our good friends from Mexico here as well. Snorek trying to end the inning here with 2 outs. 1-2 the count to Arvayo. And that one goes to the right. And again, Boudreau having a hard time with it. He was able to keep it from going past him, but then couldn't find it on the ground. but he held the runner at second. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Hermosillo on top. Snorek and Aroma Park trying to end the inning without any more runs scored to keep this game close. Arvayo, the center fielder at the plate. Has a full count now. Peel over to first base and no swing. First base up. Confirming that. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner at second. Top of the third. Arvayo in the box. Snorek on the mound. And the pitch. Strike 3. And that ends the inning. With Arvayo swinging, striking out. No runs will score. Runner stranded at second. And Hermosillo leads 5-0 here going into the bottom of the third. And so we're going to jump over and say hello to some of our, thank you to some of our sponsors. And we'll be right back.
Moments shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
Coming up to bat here, number 1, Brian Willis. Now batting number 1, Brian Willis. Willis playing first base for the injured Hodges. Jaden Hodges hurting himself yesterday on a run. Pulled his hamstring and is out. 1-0 the count to Willis. Galvez throwing that one in the dirt. Low and to the right. But they lead right now 5-0 over Aroma Park. And that's ball 2. Aroma Park having a great game yesterday over Azusa, California. Struggling here this morning. First game of the day in Laredo, Texas. And Brian Willis knocks one in between center left, but the center left fielder is back in the track. And that is out number 1. The left fielder, Pul Rendon, on his horse, gets to the warning track and grabs the first out for Hermosillo. Number 10, Thomas Offill. Offill batting for Aroma Park, the left-hander. Bunts down to third baseline, and that's foul. Offill, the second baseman for Aroma Park, had himself a good game yesterday. Good small ball player. Left-hander. Facing the right-hander Galvez while they trail 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. And the second base ump says, yep, you went around, so strike 2. 0-2 the count with 1 out. The bottom of the third. Galvez on the mound. Offill at the plate, 2-2 the count. Number 10, the second baseman, awful, facing Galvez, a right-hander, swings and fouls. A lot of the players from Aroma Park attend Kankakee High School or Kankakee Community College. Not the first time Aroma Park has been in Laredo. This is a return trip. They were here last year. Ball on the outside, and that's a 2-2 count now with one out and nobody on. No runs have scored. Galvez has kept them scoreless so far. And that's ball 3. Trying to get back into this game, Aroma Park trailing. Great defensive plays by Hermosillo have kept Aroma Park scoreless so far. And that's a foul. Yep. That one hit the home plate umpire. Didn't faze him one bit. Built like a rock. The left-hander off-field is trying to get onto base and hopefully come across the plate at some point in this inning, but that's not to be. Strike 3, out number 2, Galvez, sending Awful to the dugout. Mason McHugh coming up. Now batting number 44, Mason McHugh. Mason McHugh batting left-handed, facing the right-hander Galvez. McHugh, shortstop for Aroma Park. Takes ball 1 from Galvez. Nobody on. Still haven't scored a run here in the bottom of the third. Galvez in control, keeping Aroma Park scoreless through 3 so far. Delivers strike 1. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Nobody on. Hermosillo leading 5-0. Broadcast brought to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. That's a foul ball by McHugh. Sister company Southern American Live Doppler radar, which we will go to from time to time to make sure we stay nice and dry. Some rain just outside of Laredo, nothing here yet, but we are anticipating some today. The left-hander McHugh takes ball 2 from Galvez. Excuse me. Got a little frog in my throat there. Number 44, McHugh, the shortstop, had himself a great game yesterday. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's it for Aroma Park in the bottom of the third. Unable to figure out Galvez, who has kept them scoreless so far. And we'll be right back after these brief commercial messages from our wonderful sponsors.
Life is full of great moments, special moments, shared with friends, family, and loved ones. But for some, pain deprives us from fully enjoying these moments. If chronic pain is keeping you from fully enjoying life, there is hope. Hi, I'm Dr. Marta Martinez. At Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, we're dedicated to treating our patients with the most advanced and compassionate care possible. Visit us for an evaluation and let our experienced staff help you get back to living a pain-free life.
And here we go. Top of the fourth inning. Snorek still on the mound for Aroma Park, pitching to number 4, Alejandro Amparano. Alejandro Amparano at the plate. Oh, to the count to Amparano. Snorek has done a good job settling down after the first 2 innings. That's a high fly ball. Right fielder coming in to get it. Prude, TJ Prude making that catch to record out number 1. Number 23. Sorry, number 22. Number 22, Javier Yepes. And a correction, number 4 is Joel Romo, who flied out here. Now batting number 22, Javier Yepes. Yepes, the first baseman for Hermosillo, bats left, facing the right-hander Snorek. And that's high in the air. Snorek is underneath it. And that's out number 2. Yep, he's got a little bit of a limp to him here. Walks back to the dugout. Not sure if he tweaked his ankle there as he made that swing. But we've got 2 outs, nobody on, no runs scored in this inning for Hermosillo, and Pul Rendon at the plate. Ball 1 to Rendon. Now batting number 11, Pul Rendon. And Snorek throws one in the dirt. Ball 2. Apologize, I'm doing double duty here with the PA announcements as well as the broadcast. Hoping to have a PA announcer and a sidekick later this afternoon in the games this evening. And that's a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to count with 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Hermosillo leading Aroma Park 5-0. And that's a grounder. That's going to sneak on through, roll over to center field for a single for Rendon. The designated hitter coming up, number 8. Now batting number 8, David Zazueta. Zazueta, the designated hitter for Hermosillo, bats left, faces a right-hander Snorek with a runner on and 2 outs. No runs have scored. Top of the 4th. Live from Veterans Field here in Laredo, Texas. Strike 1 to Zazueta. Thank you, Laredo Independent School District, for these wonderful facilities that we're playing on this year. And that's a foul ball. 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Zazueta, the designated hitter, at the plate. Tyler Snorek trying to continue his second inning of scoreless innings. Finally settling down after a rocky start in the first 2 frames. His team trailing 5-0. And that one caught from the inside of the bat, the short end of the bat. Foul ball. Appeared to be playable. Boudreaux electing not to chase it. 0-2 the count to the DH. David Zazueta, the right-hander Tyler Snorek, still on the mound after 4. And strike 3. That's it for Zazueta. And that's out number 3. Into the top of the 4th, headed to the bottom of the 4th. Want to thank our host, the city of Laredo, and 2 of its departments that have been instrumental in putting on these tournaments. The Laredo Parks and Recreation Department, Coach J.J. Gomez, Tommy Ramirez, Anita Stanley, directors over there, and all their grounds crew and great people they have out there. Their public information officer, Eddie Millan, pretty handy with the camera, Mr. Millan, and he likes Modelo. Good man. And Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, big sponsors of the tournament. With their help, we able to get rooms for everybody and welcome to the community. CVB, headed by Eileen Ramos, great tourism manager. The County of Webb, Judge Tano Tijerina and the Commissioner's Court for their support. The Honorable Mayor Victor Trevino, Dr. Victor Trevino, and the members of the council also contributing to the success of this tournament. And our other sponsors, 24/7 News, the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Otilas Restaurant, Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the law firm of Whitworth Cigarroa, Linedecker Construction, Rotex Truck Center, Andy's Mobility, Andy's Auto Air, Sunbelt Air Conditioning, All Rosas Enterprises, Richard Rosas, president of Laredo Pony, Playmore Family Entertainment, Roquevela and his family, great supporters of youth athletics. And we get started here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Number 21, I believe, is coming to the plate. Or 12. Let's see. If it's 12, then I've got dyslexia. It's 21. So number 21, TJ Prude, coming to the plate. Now batting number 21, TJ Prude. And he grounds it to first. Foul ball. 0-1 the count. Aroma Park unable to figure out Sebastian Galvez, who has had a masterful game so far, keeping them scoreless. Just a couple hits from Aroma Park, not much else. Apologize for the chair movement there by Hector from Game Changer. Loud as always. And that's a short grounder to third. And out number 1 is recorded. Third baseman for Hermosillo, Joel Romo, throwing out the runner at first. And now coming to the plate, the designated hitter, Jay Shires. Now batting number 9, Jay Shires. Shires, a left-handed hitter, had a good game yesterday facing the right-hander Galvez, who has just quieted the bats of Aroma Park, holding them scoreless through 4 so far. At the bottom of the fourth, it's 1-0 the count, 1 out, nobody on. That's ball 2. Good day for baseball. Overcast skies, not too hot. Rain on the outskirts of town. Nothing has hit us yet, and we'll hope it stays dry. Shires takes strike 1 from Galvez. 2-1 the count. Live broadcast brought to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. Southern American Live Doppler Radar, and our box score sponsor, Kraus Development. And that's a foul ball. Kraus Development, managers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway Industrial Park, just outside the city of Laredo. Great amenities, big city amenities without the big city taxes. And our broadcast sponsor, Dr. Marte Martinez, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, clinics in Laredo and Edinburgh, Rio Grande Valley. And that's inside, strike 3. And Shires heads to the dugout. So 2 outs, Galvez completely in control here. Has not allowed any runs through 3.5 here. Trying to wrap it up with Harris at the plate. A windup from Galvez. Ball one. Now batting number 5, Jaden Harris. Harris, the speedster, center fielder for Aroma Park, was on third base and left stranded earlier in the game. And that's a foul ball. The only threat of runs so far from Aroma Park, with Galvez keeping Aroma Park off the scoreboard. Harris plays center field, has a set of wheels on him. Has a stolen base already today. And he takes strike two. Strike two. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Galvez still on the mound with no runs scored so far. And Aroma Park trying to break in and unable to just yet. And that's ball 2. Umpire steps over and signals the pitcher. Stops the play for a second, has a few words for the first base coach and for the pitcher. Jaden Harris at the plate, number 5. Galvez on the mound. And that's high and inside. Full count, 3-2, with 2 outs and nobody on. No runs scored this inning, as Hermosillo leads Aroma Park here, the bottom of the 4th. Live from Veterans Field here in Laredo, Texas, the Gateway City, and Galvez walks Harris. And let's watch Harris on the bases. Aggressive runner, great speed, has already gotten a stolen base today. Looking to move to the next bag and have Jaden Harris drive him in. Jarius Harris, his brother, drive him in. Good lead there from Jaden off of first. Galvez looks over. Harris at the plate, Jarius Harris, and Galvez knows that the speedy Jaden Harris has some wheels on him, checks him at first. Jarius Harris now at the plate, looks over at the third base coach. Galvez trying to hold Jaden Harris at first. Oh, and looks like Harris is going to get caught for out number 3. Jaden Harris missed the signal from the third base coach for hit and run, and he got his brother thrown out at second there, as the speedy Harris hesitated somewhere in the middle of that run and was thrown out at second by the catcher, Mongue. And that ends the inning. After 4 innings of play here in Laredo, Texas, it is Hermosillo 5, Aroma Park nothing. And we'll be right back after these brief commercial messages. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs. And we are back here, top of the fifth. 1-0 the count to number 63, René Lucero, the right fielder. Swing and a miss for strike two to Lucero. Now batting René Lucero. Snorik still on the mound after having settled down after the first two frames where he allowed 5 runs. Most of those on errors, though. A couple by the left fielder, a couple by the catcher. And that one's from the inside of the bat, down thin end of the bat. Foul ball, 1-2 the count. Nobody on, top of the fifth. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for Lucero. Snorik striking out the right fielder. And coming to the plate, number 61, Alejandro Amparano. Now batting number 61, Alejandro Amparano. Amparano, the second baseman for Hermosillo, takes ball 1 from Snorik here in the top of the fifth. Beautiful baseball weather in Laredo, Texas. So far, no rain according to the Southern American Doppler radar. State of the art. And that's ball 2. That Doppler radar is used by some of the inside balls. Ball 4, he's going to walk Amparano. That unit used by military operations, forward bases. Very portable unit, but very powerful. State of the art. Now, number 10 at the plate, Luis Mongue. Now batting number 10, Luis Mongue. Facing Snorik, who is still on the mound after 4 frames. Top of the fifth, Hermosillo 5, Aroma Park 0. Runner at first, 1 out. Luis Mongue, the catcher, at the plate, takes ball 2. 2-0 the count, 1 out, 1 runner on. Beautiful Saturday morning, 10:30. Gave up my cartoons to be here. Love baseball. Outside, ball 3. Even brought one of my boys. My older son Josh manning a camera today. Referred to as my stunt double. And that is ball 4. We've got 2 runners now. 1 in scoring position at second. Mongue, the catcher, now at first. And the runner, second. Tried to be a little sneaky. Amparano racing to third during the stoppage. The umpire says, no. Got to go back. And now the umpire walking to talk to the manager. First base coach. And number 27 coming to the plate. Number 27, René Dueñas, is coming into the game for the first time. Now Now batting number 27, Rene Dueñas. We'll find out from Hector over at Game Changer what Mr. Dueñas is going to play when he gets out on defense. So substitution, Dueñas, right-hander, 27. Number 27, Rene Dueñas will be facing Tyler Snorek for the first time. Here in the top of the fifth with 2 runners on, 1 out. Runner at second and first. The speedy Alejandro Amparano at second. Number 27 down in the substitutes of your substituciones on your lineup sheet there. He's the first player in the substitution order down at the bottom. So we have 2 runners on base, 1 out, 0-1 the count to Dueñas, just entered the game, facing Snorek, who started the game. Here in the top of the fifth. And that is another ball. Ball 1. 1-1, 1 out, 2 runners on, top of the fifth. 5-0 Hermosillo over Aroma Park. Pony Palomino World Series action. Live from Veterans Field, Laredo, Texas. And that's a strike. Veterans Field, home of the Martin High School Tigers, the Mighty Tigers. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Those from Martin that are listening in, shout out to you all. Snorek has been on the mound since the start. He's gained control, but he's got 2 runners on, and he's trying to close that down before it gets out of hand. And that's outside. Two count. That ball goes wide right, outside. Spencer Boudreau has had trouble getting that. And that's a swing and a miss, and it gets past Boudreau again. For out number 2, as Dueñas strikes out, goes down swinging. But the ball gets past Boudreau again, and now we've got runners at third and second. Boudreau, who had a great game yesterday, is having some trouble this morning keeping that ball in front of him. And Snorek delivers. Number 25, David Lieta, the leadoff batter for Hermosillo. Snorek still on the mound, started the game. Made the top of the order. Foul tip. Now batting number 25, David Lieta. Lieta also has a set of wheels on him. Speedy shortstop for Hermosillo. Leadoff hitter. Facing Snorek. And this time, Spencer Boudreau able to keep that thing in front of him, even though it went outside low, bouncing off the deck. 2 runners on, and Lieta shoots it into center field, and the center fielder able to snag that. Harris running in. Jaden Harris, and making that grab, almost sitting down. And so that's out number 3, top of the 5th. Snorek able to close out the inning without any runs scored. He has gained control after a shaky start and is now just trailing 5-0, but has kept them scoreless for the last 3. Bottom of the 5th coming up while we display some of our sponsors. We'll be right back. 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. And we're back here. Darius Harris at the plate, facing Sebastian Galvez, who is still on the mound, has kept Aroma Park scoreless. That's a foul ball coming back this way. Rattles the top of the press box, goes back into the field of play. Hector with Game Changer scrambling underneath the desk. We are at the bottom of the fifth here. First game of the morning. Pony Palomino World Series action. Number 7, Jarius Harris, the third baseman, at the plate facing the right-hander Sebastian Galvan, who has been in control of this game from start. Throws ball 1-1 the count. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the fifth. Hermosillo 5, Aroma Park 0. 2-2 the count. I'm sorry, 1-2 the count. 1-2 the count to Harris. Galvez, the right-hander, has managed to keep Aroma Park scoreless and for the most part off the bases. Only threat was early in the game when we had one of the Harrises on third base. Mongue, the catcher, in the last inning threw out Jaden Harris to end the inning after number 7, Jarius Harris, missed the call for a hit and run. Galvez in the windup, and that one is a short blooper into right field, and that's going to drop for a single. Jarius Harris now at first with no outs, and number 23 coming to the plate, Spencer Boudreau, the catcher. Now batting number 23, Spencer Boudreau. Boudreau, the catcher. Good, strong arm, but has had some trouble with his defense today. With a runner on, no outs, no runs scored here in the bottom of the fifth as the game marches on. And Boudreau knocks one into high center left, and that's out number 1. Out number 1 recorded. Spencer Boudreau flying out to the left fielder, Pool Rendon. Number 12 coming to the plate, Emmett Hayes. Now batting number 12, Emmett Hayes. Emmett Hayes at the plate, the left fielder for Aroma Park. Had one inning where he let one get by him. Has a runner at first, one out. 1-0 the count. Still no runs scored by Aroma Park. Galvez, the right-hander for Hermosillo, in control of the game so far. Has kept Aroma Park scoreless through 4.5. And there goes the runner, Harris. And Harris gets thrown out at second. Jarius Harris trying to steal second base, and Mongue picks him off. Great tag by the second baseman to get him out. Second baseman Alejandro Amparano in great position to take that throw and tag him out. Emmett Hayes at the plate with 2 outs now. And Galvez, 1-1 count to Hayes. And that's a ground ball. Foul. The count 1-2 to Emmett Hayes, the left fielder. As the sun breaks through the clouds. Here this Saturday morning at the Veterans Field, LISD's crown jewel, Laredo, Texas, right on the border with Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, Tamaulipas, Mexico. And Galvez throws another ball. 2-2 the count. The mighty Rio Grande running in between the two nations, between the two cities, our sister city, Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Laredo at the end of I-35. And that's ball 3. Although that looked good from where we stood. The contingent from Mexico not happy with that call. Emmett Hayes at the plate. Right-hander Galvez on the mound. Bottom of the 5th. No runs scored yet. No runs scored for Aroma Park at all today. Foul ball. Galvez has completely shut down the Aroma Park offense. Unable to get on track. Having had a great game against Azusa, California yesterday, Aroma Park has not been able to get on track today. 3-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. And that one goes right back to the pitcher, hits him in the ankle. Shortstop couldn't handle it. And so Emmett Hayes makes it safely to first base. And that will bring up Brian Willis. Willis was a late substitution for Hodges, who was hurt in yesterday's game. Now batting number 1, Brian Willis. Hodges, a speedy first baseman, placed by Brian Willis, who has had a good game as well. Been able to grab a few of those foul balls that were in reach. Good defensive skill. Has a 1-0 count from Galvez with a runner at first, Emmett Hayes. Bottom of the 5th, Hermosillo leading 5-0. And that's inside. Awfully close to Brian Willis, stepping back to avoid getting hit. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. Bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Hermosillo. Broadcast brought to you by Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. And that one gets past Monguea, the catcher. Emmett Hayes rounds second. Looks back in. Monguea, strong arm, extremely accurate, has picked off 2 runners so far today. Both the Harris brothers, Jaden and Jarius. Brian Willis at the plate. Hayes in scoring position. Galvez on the mound. Bottom of the 5th. No runs scored so far, and that's a shot down the third baseline foul. Got a good clip at that one. Brian Willis playing first base for Aroma Park. Galvez started the game and has managed to keep the Aroma Park, Illinois team scoreless through 4.5. As he looks to close out this inning. 3-1 the count, 2 outs. Runner at second. Willis at the plate. And that's a foul ball. Hayes, the runner at second. is the left fielder. Stay tuned for the next game between last year's champion Youngstown, Ohio, and your host team, Laredo, Texas. Always a great matchup between these two. Hermosillo leading Aroma Park. Oh, and Willis gets hit. It looks like. Let's see. Nope, hit the bat first. Foul ball. So 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner at second. Galvez still on the mound. Brian Willis, first baseman, at the plate. And Emmett Hayes, the left fielder, on second. And that's a shot to shortstop. Picks it up. Good hard throw. And he's safe at first. Errant throw by the shortstop, pulling the first baseman off the bag. Yeppies having to come off the bag, tried to make the tag as the speedy Willis flew by him. First base umpire calls him safe, so runners at the corner. At the corners, we've got Emmett Hayes on third, Brian Willis at first, and coming up to the plate is the top of the order, number 10, Thomas Offield. Now batting, number 10, Thomas Offield. Quick meeting at the mound for Hermosillo. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runners on at the corners. And number 10, Thomas Offield, the left-hander, coming to the plate against the right-hander, Galvez, who has had a great game so far. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development, developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway. And the throw, and that's a pop-up here to shortstop, shallow left. Shortstop backing up, and that is out number 3. And that ends the inning and ends the threat. 2 runners left stranded for Aroma Park, who has yet to score. 5-0. The contingent from Mexico cheering on their team as we take a short break. Top of the 6th inning here at Veterans Field, Laredo, Texas. Pony Palomino World Series action with Hermosillo, Mexico leading Aroma Park 5-0. We've got a pitching change here for Aroma Park. Number 15 coming onto the mound, Peyton Harwood. Harwood got roughed up a little bit last time out against Azusa, but Aroma Park managed to win that game, and he is on the mound. He'll be facing number 4, Alejandro Amparano. I'm sorry, number 61, Alejandro Amparano, the second baseman for Hermosillo. On the mound for Aroma Park, Peyton Harwood. Now batting number 61, Alejandro Amparano. Amparano facing the right-hander Harwood, who has a nice breaking ball, strike one. Top of the sixth inning here. Hermosillo leading 5-0. 1-1 the count. Harwood coming in relief of the starting pitcher Snorek. Strike two to Amparano. Snorek, who had gotten control of the game and kept them scoreless, but had a rocky start and allowed 5 runs. 2-2 the count. Being relieved here by Harwood, Peyton Harwood. And strike three, Harwood bans Alejandro Amparano. Out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. Now coming to the plate, Luis Mongue. Can I confuse this? Let's see if I can get this number right. Harwood on the mound pitching to, at the moment, an unknown batter. As soon as I get a number, I'll call his name out. 24. Can't see him from here. Harwood has a 2-0 count right now. That's 3. 3-0, 1 out, nobody on. Harwood pitching to number 24. Number 24, David Ung. And that was David Ung at the plate. David Ung now going to first. He is a substitution. Didn't see that coming, so apologize for that. David Ung on first. Now batting number 11, Rendon. Harwood throws strike one to Rendon. So Ung coming in for Yepes in the lineup. And now number 11, Rendon is at the plate facing Harwood. Harwood tries to pick him off at first. Ung back on first base. Nice stop there by Harris. Keep that from escaping. Rendon facing the right-hander Harwood. And that's a foul ball. That hits the top of the roof here. Hector, it's okay. Come out from under the desk. You're all right. Not going to hurt.
I'll get the ball.
Harwood coming in relief of Snorek, Tyler Snorek, who had kept them scoreless for 3, but allowed 5 early on. Runner at first, 0-2 the count, 1 out. And that ball gets past Harris. I'm sorry, past Willis. Brian Willis, the first baseman. Brian Willis, our first baseman, unable to handle that one coming from Harwood, and the runner advances to second. Ung now at second. Rendon at the plate. Harwood on the mound. 0-2 the count. 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. And that's ball. 1-2 the count. Runner in scoring position. Rendon, the left fielder for Hermosillo, facing Harwood, who has just come into the game. This is his first inning. And that's a shot to third, and is caught by the third baseman, Jarius Harris. Brother Jaden out in center field. Jarius making that great defensive grab there, keeping that ball from heading down that third base line. Harwood now is going to face number 8, David Sasueta, the designated hitter. Now batting David Sasueta. Sasueta, the designated hitter for Hermosillo, bats left, facing the right-hander Harwood with a runner at second and 2 outs. Ball 1. Here we are at the top of the 5th at the Vet, LISD's field, Veterans Field, home of the Mighty Tigers, Laredo, Texas. Pony Palomino action, first game of the morning, Saturday. 2-0 the count. Runner at second. Hermosillo, comfortable lead, 5-0 over Aroma Park, Illinois. Harwood attends Illinois Valley Community College. Throws strike 1. 2-1 the count now with 2 outs. Runner at second. The left-hander Sasueta trying to drive another run in with a runner at second. Harwood on the mound in relief of Snorek, and that is outside wide. Spencer Boudreau, the catcher, coming out of his stance to grab that one. Harwood is coming into the game after getting roughed up yesterday by Azusa, California. And that's a blooper that goes into left field, and that's going to score the runner as he's coming in hard. And the left fielder, again, holding on to that a little longer than not attempting to make a play at home. So Sasueta drives in that run, and it is now 6-0. Runner at first, 2 outs. Harwood on the mound, and number 63, René Lucero, at the plate. And Lucero takes a ball. Now batting number 63, René Lucero. Top of the 6th, 1 run has scored. Runner at first, 2 outs, and a swing and a miss by Lucero. 1-1 the count. Stay tuned for the next game. Coming up here, last year's champion, Youngstown, Ohio, versus the host, Laredo, Texas. And the pitch by Harwood is another strike. The outside corner. 1-2 the count. 2 outs, top of the 6th. 1 run is scored, 1 runner on. Hermosillo, comfortable lead, 6-0 here over Aroma Park. Pony Palomino World Series action brought to you by Southern Sanitation, Southern American Live Doppler Radar. And that one's down on the ground, down in the dirt. 2-2, 2 out. Runner at first, and Lucero, the right fielder, facing Peyton Harwood, who just came in this inning. And strike 3, Harwood gets him swinging to end the inning. 1 run scored, 1 runner left stranded, and Hermosillo leads 6-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. And so we'll go right to commercial so we can run our sponsors' brands out there, pay some bills. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333
and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service.
Here we are at the bottom of the 6th inning with Galvez still on the mound, and that's a shot over into left field and out number 1. Number 44, Mason McHugh, flying out to left field. Now batting number 21, TJ Prude. Now batting number 21, TJ Prude. Prude, the left-hander, right fielder, facing Galvez, who has kept them scoreless through 5 1/2. And that's outside for ball 1. Aroma Park having a good game yesterday over Azusa, California. Not faring as well today against the team from Hermosillo, as they have been unable to figure out Galvez, who has had a standout game today. 2-0 the count, 1 out, nobody on. And that's a grounder to first. And the first baseman's going to handle it all by himself. Number 63, the first baseman, Rene Lucero, scooping that up, running back to first, and out number 2 as Mason McHugh, TJ Prude, grounds out to first. Number 99, Jay Shires at the plate. Now batting number 99, Jay Shires. Shires is the designated hitter for Aroma Park. Left-hander. Good long ball hitter. And that's going to be a grounder to first, and the first baseman's going to do it again. Rinse and repeat, so to speak. Out number 3, and that retires the side. Still no runs scored by Aroma Park.
Top 7.
3 up, 3 down. Top of the 7th. Last frame. Unless Aroma Park can pull a rabbit out of the hat. Hermosillo, Mexico, trying to advance through the winners bracket. I don't know how they did yesterday. There was games over at the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center, UISD's premier facility. But according to our friends over at Game Changer, this is their first game today.
Yes, sir.
So they had a bye. I think Hector's working the schedule for them. The Aroma Park playing yesterday against Azusa, California. Patrick Harwood is now on the mound, warming up here to try to keep the Hermosillo team from scoring any more runs and giving them one last shot here at the bottom of the 7th to get back into the game. Pony Palomino World Series action. 7 innings is a complete game for Pony Palomino. And right now the umpire is telling number 12, hey, walk back towards your dugout, let this guy warm up some. Number 12 is going to come into the game for the first time, Jose Corrales. And let's get him announced as a new entrant. Now batting number 12, Jose Corrales. Corrales is a left-hander facing the right-hander Harwood for the first time today, making his debut to this game here in the top of the seventh. And that's a shot down to first baseline, foul. Brian Willis trying to take a stab at that. The left-hander Corrales, Harwood the right-hander. And that's a foul ball, and Brian Willis almost able to grab that. Oh, 0-1 the count, 0-2 the count here at the top of the seventh. Nobody out. The first batter, Corrales, facing Harwood for the first time, and that is a swing foul tip. 0-2 the count. Corrales just coming into the game. Harwood now second inning pitched. He came in relief of Tyler Snorek, who had appeared to gain control after a rocky start, exited here in the sixth. High inside. 1-2 the count. No outs, nobody on. Top of the seventh, Hermosillo leading. Number 10 on deck, Luis Mongue, the catcher for Hermosillo, on deck. 12, Jose Corrales at the plate. Harwood on the mound. And the pitch. And that's a foul ball. Corrales making Harwood earn it. Harwood ahead on the count, 1-2. No outs, nobody on. Corrales, a left-hander, trying to get on. And that one goes over the pitcher's head. Shortstop gets it. And errant throw by the shortstop. The shortstop firing that to the front of the bag. Hits the wall, and Corrales gets 2 out of it. Shortstop for Aroma Park, Mason McHugh, with the errant throw, puts a runner at second. No outs. Number 10, Luis Mongue, at the plate. The right-hander facing the right-hander Harwood takes ball 1. Now batting number 10, Luis Mongue. Runner at second. Mongue at the plate. Harwood on the mound. Top of the seventh. Hermosillo 6, Mexico 0. Live from Veterans Field here in Laredo, Texas. Broadcast brought to you by Kraus Development, our box score sponsor. Managers and developers of Pinnacle Center, Industrial Park over on Mines Road here in Laredo, Texas, and Gateway Industrial Park out on 35 just north of Laredo, Texas. 3,000 acre development, and they're going to let the runner advance to third on what appears to be a balk. 3-0 the count, runner at third, nobody out. Mongue, the catcher, at the plate. Hermosillo firmly in control, 6-0. Harwood coming in relief of Tyler Snorek. If you've just joined us, this is game number 1 of Saturday morning. 20 Palomino action, that is high.
You shoot you this Saturday at 12.
Hector thinking it was Friday. I told him earlier it was Saturday. I missed my cartoons to be here. Number 10, Mongue, the catcher, trying to drive in one more run. Walks to first. So we've got runners on the corners. Corrales over at third, Mongue on first, and now coming to the plate, number 27, Rene Dueñas.
Now batting number 27, René Dueñas.
Dueñas has 2 runners on, nobody out, top of the 7th, and he takes strike 1 from Harwood. Dueñas looking at his third base coach, getting some instruction. Harwood on the mound in relief of Snorik. Runners on the corner. And that's a grounder to second. And here we go. Got 1, 2, and 2 outs. Runner scores. Corrales. So Dueñas grounds into a double play. 2 outs, but a run scores. Dueñas driving in Corrales from third. And so now Hermosillo leads by 7 at the top of the 7th. Here at Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas. And a shot by number 25 into shallow left, and it's going to bounce. It's going to drop between the center fielder and the left fielder. Harris picking that up and throwing it in. And number 25, David Liera, sliding in to third, a triple with 2 out, and Aroma Park looks like, okay, Hector, what happened here? It looks like they just called him out. And they're bringing him in. So a little confusion here for me. Beta knocks one into left field, center left, makes it to third, but all of a sudden, he's out.
Who's the last batter?
Liera, David Liera, number 25.
25 batter?
Last batter, somehow or another, maybe walked off of third, got picked off. Not sure what exactly happened, but he is out, and that ends the inning for Hermosillo. 1 run scored. David Liera was the last batter who hit a three-bag shot into center left, slid into third, and somehow or another, when I turned to look at who was walking onto the plate, he was out. So that ends the inning with only 1 run. And Galvez back on the mound to end the game, to close it out. His squad leads 7-0. Has not allowed 1 run to score today in 6.5 here. And he will facing a right-handed batter, looks like Jarius Harris, coming to the plate for Aroma Park. And Galvez is ready to close this out. Well, look, I take that back. There is a closer in. Pedro Ayala has come in for Galvez to close out the game. Number 14.
Now pitching number 14, Pedro Ayala. Batting number 5, Jaden Harris.
Jaden Harris at the plate. Pedro Ayala, the reliever, coming in to close it out. Here at the top of the 7th. Nobody on, 1 ball. No runs scored for Aroma Park yet. And the pitch from Ayala is inside for ball 2. Pedro Ayala, number 14, coming in relief of Sebastian Galvez, who had held Aroma Park scoreless. Aroma Park not being able to figure him out at all today. And Harris follows that. 2-1 the count. No outs. Nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. Last gasp for Aroma Park here as Hermosillo leads them 7-0. In the first game of this Saturday morning, Pony Palomino action, Ayala throwing in the dirt, gets past Mongue. Catcher. Coach from Aroma Park making the jog to pick up that foul ball. And number 5, Jaden Harris, who was thrown out at second the last time he was on base, is facing the closer, Pedro Ayala, here in the 7th. And he takes strike 3. 2. Harris let go of the bat, and I thought he was done for. But it is 3-2, nobody on, no outs, no runs scored by Aroma Park, trailing 7-0. And that's strike 3. And Ayala, the closer, sends Harris to the dugout. Got him looking. And now Jaden Harris, the third baseman, Jarius Harris, the third baseman, is at the plate.
Now batting number 7, Jarius Harris.
Harris facing the closer, Pedro Ayala, who came in relief of Galvez. With 1 out, nobody on. Takes ball 1. Bottom of the 7th, last frame of the morning. If Aroma Park can't get their rally going, Hermosillo will win this game. 2-0 the count, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. Pony Palomino World Series action 2024 brought to you by Southern Sanitation, Southern American Live Doppler Radar, your crew for the broadcast, Liquid Studio Group, South Texas premier digital marketing and advertising agency. Broadcast brought to you by Dr. Marte Martinez, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, clinics in Laredo and Edinburgh, Texas, down in the valley. Dr. Martinez, a double board certified pain management doctor and anesthesiologist. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development. And that's a grounder short. Here comes shortstop. Hard throw to first, and that is out number 2. One last out remaining for Aroma Park, who is trying to claw back into this, but Ayala, the closer, doing exactly what he was brought in to do, and that is to close them out and send Aroma Park into the hard road of the losers bracket. And that's a shot to left. That's going to drop for a single by number 23, Spencer Boudreau, the catcher. And now number 12 is coming on, Emmett Hayes.
Now batting number 12, Emmett Hayes.
Pedro Ayala gives up the single here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Emmett Hayes at the plate. Hermosillo leading 7-0. Runner at first. And that's a chopper to third. Third baseman's got it. The throw to first. Out, and that is the game for Hermosillo, Mexico. 7-0 over Aroma Park. First game of Saturday morning. Stay tuned for the next game that will be coming. Youngstown, Ohio, last year's champion. And Laredo, Texas, your host team, who won last night over Chinese Taipei. We'll see you back here in about 30 minutes as we present the next game for you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.